Do you know what this victory could mean for Arsenal Football Club from the last 6 years? Do you know how bad we've been waiting for a trophy? This is the moment. Imagine if we mess up. The embarrassment, the torture, the labels. Pep overcoming Arteta one more time. $1 billion and more gone to waste. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a big one on our hands. We've got the bloody Carabao Cup Final this Sunday. And you know what? I'm excited. I don't think since I made this channel, I've mentioned the word Cup Final as the next game. Well, that's happening today. And you know what? It's also going to be Eid this week. So you know what the perfect Eid present will be? Getting that victory. Lifting that trophy. Nothing will make me more proud than to see Arsenal Football Club finally lift some silverware after 6 years of misery. Some of you are saying, but you finished second. Yeah, second doesn't have a trophy. It is still misery because you haven't lifted no silverware. I'll tell you some notable mentions that have lifted some silverware during our time. Manchester bloody United, Chelsea, City, Liverpool, bloody West Ham. They won the European Cup. Crystal Palace. These are all teams that have lifted a trophy in the last 6 years. And Arsenal, we got one FA Cup to show for it. The last time we won a trophy, I was 26. The math ain't mathing right now. I need to make sure that we cover a few topics. Let's just talk about the form. The forms of both teams. Man City are on a huge decline. This is probably one of the worst Man City teams we can all agree we've probably seen in a long, long time. They've come off 2 draws in the Premier League and they've got eliminated by Real Madrid in a very bad manner. They lost both legs, 3-0 away and then 2-1 at home. So it's not looking great. Arsenal, on the other hand, have not lost at home until they face Man United, fortunately. So 1 loss at home and 3 losses across the whole season in the Premier League. We've been doing a damn good job. A very good job. And I think right now in form, Arsenal are looking like the stronger team. But does that mean we're going to win? I like to hope so. And I'm sure you guys at home would like to think so as well. The perfect time to play Man City. Man City are on a huge decline right now in terms of the Premier League, in terms of the games they're playing and the competition they're eliminated from. So I don't feel like there's any better time than to stick a needle down their necks by lifting the Carabao Cup. How do I expect Man City to come and approach this game? You've just lost to Real Madrid, just been eliminated from the Champions League. This could be their redemption game. For Arsenal, on the flip side, it's us to finally silence some critics that we can actually bring a trophy home. But we need the boys to come together, go out and score some goals. Whenever Manchester City and Arsenal play, it is literally a game of chess. Start of the year, we had a draw. Last year, we beat them 5-1, but we also drew at their ground. And needless to say, they had the similar style of play. You know, we all know Mikel Arteta was part of Pep's backroom staff. And every time Pep celebrated when they scored against Arsenal, poor old Mikel Arteta used to sit there thinking, how could you do this to my sons? How could you do this to my old club? Until he joined us. And it's taken $1 billion and a bit, but we finally got to the point where we can actually compete now. And this is why we're in the cup final with Manchester City this Sunday. Pep Guardiola, what's happening with his future? There's a lot in the air. Could be leaving at the end of the season. Man City might look in a different direction. Who knows? Could be Maresca. Could be Amorim. Could be somebody else. Could be Luis Enrique. We just don't know. But I think what the most important thing is that Man City are not the same Man City they were a few years ago. And we can all agree. Ask you to make sure they come out with full force. And I'll give you a prime example. When we played against Tottenham, when we played against Bayern Munich, the energy we had was phenomenal. And I'll highlight those 2 games because Bayer Leverkusen in the knockout stages away was terrible for us. I don't think it was our best performance. I think we were quite fortunate to walk away with a draw. But at home, we were phenomenal from start to finish. Yes, they had a few snaps at goal, but it's expected. But what was the most crucial and important thing was that we dominated at home. And Arsenal, I feel like at Wembley, will replicate that same energy. Because Man City away are not that great. Man City at Etihad right now aren't that great. They've drawn games in, they've lost games in the last 3. So it just showed you that they are weak. With the additions they had of Mark Gahey, with the additions of Semenyo, I was worried, I'll be honest. I thought they would come out with a different energy, but it seems like they're trailing. At one point, they were 2 points behind us a few weeks ago. But one thing you have to love about the Premier League is that things change. And I've always said that when Man City and Arsenal play, it's going to decide a lot of things. Now, what is the worst case scenario is if Arsenal lose? If Arsenal lose, then yeah, it's misery. But then I know there'll be a bias saying we're going to focus on the league. No. We are Arsenal Football Club. We should challenge for every trophy. We should be. With the amount of money we spent, with the squad depth we had, with this long history of winning silverware, we should definitely go in there. Use all our resources to obtain that lovely Carabao Cup. It's a League Cup. I know people are going to say, it's not that big of a trophy. I'd rather concentrate on the Prem. No. We need every single trophy. Like I said, we are Arsenal Football Club. This is the bare minimum. We need challenge for everything. We are not small-minded. Man City, they could use this as a way of redemption. And I'm hoping that when they play us, yes, they will struggle. I'm hoping that when they play us, they will, concede early. That is the most crucial part, I think, of this game. If Man City concede early, we can control the game from start to finish. And Bayer Leverkusen is a prime example. We scored early in the first half, and we were able to control the game. And that's the same game plan we need to have for this team. Because if we don't, we are going to struggle. And when we leave things late, it doesn't usually work out for us. Yes, we might have had some luck in the past, but you don't want to resort to luck in a cup final game. Do you see where I'm coming from? Another interesting point is what is the team? What would the team sheet look like? Because this is only one opportunity to lift that trophy this season. So field in a team with immense talent is going to be hard to pick. And there's 2 options. Pick players that have proven themselves as almost world-class players or are world-class players, or pick the players that are in form. I think when we can talk about the backline, I think we can all agree, no matter how much we shuffle it, we're quite solid. We're quite confident. We're quite comfortable. So I think David Ryan goal, 100%. After his Spider-Man performances, Tobey Maguire would be proud. Timber, right back, honestly still out with injury. I would like to have Ben White because he played absolutely stunning against Bayer Leverkusen. Right centre back, you know who I'm going to go with. Our boy from France, aka WS, William Saliba. Gabriel, left centre back. The 2 demons, the 2 dynamic duos. Left back, interesting. Hincapié or Calafiori. If you want to get the goal early, I feel like Calafiori would be a great shout. Let's not forget his screamer against Man City as well in his debut season. Midfield, you know who I'm going to go with? D and Z. Dek Zubi. Number 10. I've been cussing him out, but Eze, you got my vote. Right wing, Bukayo. Left wing, Panda Eyes. You, my friend, on thin ice, but we're going to chuck you in. And up front, we're going to have Victor Gyökeres. I think that's a great team. Very, very solid. And I think we can definitely do damage with that team. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below about that team. But anyway, scoreline. Tricky part. Because cup final. There's no second chances. Do you want to go to penalties? No. Have you beaten Man City on penalties before? Yes, but that was Community Shield. This is the Carabao Cup Final. We need to take it home. So, I think Man City will definitely score. Not because our defence is trash, but because they will try to throw the kitchen sink at us if they do concede. And I feel they will get a consolation goal. Scoreline, I'm going to go with 3-1. Goal scorers, I'm going to say Bukayo Saka. I feel like there's going to be a penalty involved, and that'll be taken by our boy Victor Gyökeres. And then finally, I'm going to go with Victor Gyökeres double. I don't know why. I'm just throwing his name out there. because I really want him to do well. We'll get the goal for Man City. I think you already know. His name begins with Har, ends in Lund. Our boy Haaland. Because there might be a cheeky vlog coming out soon. You never know. Keep your eyes peeled. But the only way you're going to know is if you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and also the notification bell so you don't miss that incoming vlog. But yes, I just want to thank you so much for watching if you stayed up to this point. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you comment down below. If you hate my guts, also comment down below and let me know how much you hate me and how much my opinions are trash. I still appreciate all the traffic. And for everybody that's been along with the journey, I thank you so much. Let's lift this cup on Sunday.